So here's something that I want to say out loud. I'm 36 and I'm 99% sure I don't want kids. I'm 36 and I'm going to talk about some of the reasons I've decided to go child-free. And that doesn't make me broken, selfish, or confused. So aside from the obvious reasons, like the absolute state of the world, a cruel place to be right now, the cost of living, the tragic dating scene and difficulty in finding a partner, and the absolute chaos that we're all trying to navigate, there are deeper, more personal reasons why I've decided to live a child-free life. So first of all, I can't remember a single time in my life where I was genuinely dreaming about having children. Not as a kid, a teenager, or an adult. Now that might be to do with the fact that I grew up in a huge family, that I'm the oldest of 7 children, there's 9 in my family, I don't know. But that deep desire that so many people talk about when women say that their calling in life was to be a mother, I've just genuinely never felt that. And in a way, I think it's because I already did the whole mother thing just way too early. So when I was 10, my twin brothers were born premature. So they were sick, they were in the neonatal unit for a good couple of weeks, they had problems with their lungs, etc, etc. Now, thankfully, they made a full recovery and they are perfectly healthy today. But I was exposed to premature babies, neonatal unit, hospital, and obviously we had to help out my mom a lot because we're in the hospital a lot. After that, unfortunately, when I was 12, my younger sister nearly died as a newborn. She was very, very, very sick, and my mum had to live in Beaumont Hospital, which is a head injury, brain injury hospital in Dublin, which at the time was about 4 hours away from where we lived. So she lived in that hospital with her, obviously, because she was so sick and, very, very, very sick. And so during that time, when I was 12, I stepped into that role of mom for our big, busy family. I was making lunches, I was doing baths, getting them up for school, bedtime stories. And there was twins at the time, putting 2 twins in the bath and then another one, was chaos. I loved doing it at the time, but that's a lot for someone that's 12. So all of that at 10, 11, 12, 13 years old. So by the time I was a teenager, I feel I already fulfilled a role that most people don't even start until their 30s. And it didn't stop there. Because of my experience and seeing that my brothers and sisters got well. Oh, by the way, my sister, by some absolute miracle, made a full recovery. Thankfully, we're so obviously so grateful. But after that, because she made a full recovery, as did my brothers, I went on to become a children's nurse, specifically a neonatal nurse, because mostly of what I've been exposed to. So I've spent years already in a caretaking role, and I actually know I'd make a great mother. So a lot of reasons people don't have kids is because they're afraid they won't be a good parent. But I feel, because I'm the oldest of 7 and my life experience and my children's nursing skills, I actually know I'd be a great mother. I have the tools, the empathy, the patience, I have all of it. But just because you can do something doesn't mean that you have to. And another massive reason is because I deeply value my freedom. And I know how full on motherhood is, or being a parent is, because I've seen it in my own family. The sacrifices, the time, the energy, the complete shift in identity. And I know if I really wanted children, I would choose all of that in a heartbeat and I wouldn't think twice. Giving up my business, etc. But that's not something I have considered. Not right now anyways, and maybe not ever. But the pressure to have children is very real. And I've seen women crumble under it. I know women who love their kids, of course, but also carry a quiet resentment because they were pushed into motherhood before they were ready, or because they never really felt they had a choice, or it was their obligation or their duty. And people always say to me, oh, when you meet the right person, you'll change your mind. But the truth is, if I truly wanted children, I know I would have done it already, with or without a partner. Now look, I'm leaving that 1% window open because I've changed my mind about a million things in life, and I'll never say never. And maybe one day I'll feel differently. But for now, I am confident in this, that my value as a woman is not defined by whether I give birth, and my worth is not tied to my ability to raise a child. And choosing a life that feels right for me is not selfish, it's self-aware. So hopefully this video reaches the right people, and if this gave you some comfort or reassurance and you want me to do more, share it with someone that you think would help them. Leave a comment if you'd like me to do more, or drop me a DM if you'd like to chat.